Hey, this is Brian and Lindsay Smith with Athletes in Action, and thanks for taking a couple minutes just to learn a little bit more about the ministry that we serve with.
Yeah, so we are going to share just a really quick snapshot of what the ministry God has called us to. And I want to start off by telling you a short story of one of the disciples that's really been on my heart and my mind a lot lately. And this young woman, she came to college hungry to know who was God. Her sport and her family hardships and stuff had left her feeling really quite empty and unsatisfied in life. And so when she sat down with me, I was one of many people that God had brought into her life to show her that there was something more he had for her, that he wanted to be in a relationship with her. So Kelsey came to faith with me, and then I continued to pour into her and help her grow in her faith, walk alongside of the challenges that continue to come into her life. Now she has graduated from college, and she has served in campus ministry in some capacities, and now she's actually a college coach herself. And so she's continuing to invest her life into other athletes to help them see God's love for them when their sport comes up short.
Yeah, and while Kelsey's is unique, her story is not unique. There are hundreds of thousands of athletes all over the country and all over the world who have similar stories where they have issues going on in their life, and they hope that sport is going to solve those issues. And as they try and they try and they try and fail and sometimes succeed, they learn that sport ultimately cannot satisfy them or fix what's broken inside of them.
After season, it all just came crashing down. I didn't have practice anymore, I didn't have my teammates anymore, and I've struggled to find my purpose. And so these past couple of weeks, I've just been a little lost in what now, what's next.
That sense that you can't do enough, that nagging sense that you cannot fill the void in your heart, that can only be filled when you know that you are loved. The way out of idolatry is to replace it with something better, or in this case, someone better. We are not created to give our heart to two things. Your idol will kill you. Jesus was killed for you.
If sport, for a lot of these athletes, is the number one thing in their life, if we can teach them how to integrate the gospel in that area of their life, it'll transfer to the rest of their life.
So we're passionate about seeing the gospel being integrated into the lives of these athletes, because as they experience the gospel, they then get to share that gospel with teammates, maybe even opponents and fans and coaches, and impacts their entire community, but it also impacts the world. And that aligns perfectly with Athletes in Action's vision, and that's to see a Christ follower on every team, in every sport, and in every nation. And that's our heartbeat too. That's what gets us up out of bed every single morning. And so what does it look like practically for us to do that? The primary way is through discipling athletes, like in a one-on-one type environment, but we also create resources like writing books and Bible studies and videos to help athletes integrate faith and sport.
Yeah, and another thing that I get the privilege of doing is helping our staff stay equipped for this mission that they're doing of discipling athletes or coaches wherever they are in the United States. And so I can come alongside of our staff when they are struggling or when they need some extra support so that they can stay engaged in the mission. But in order for us to do this work of discipleship and evangelism, in order to kind of equip the sports world with tools for the gospel, we need people to come alongside of us. God has provided so many people over the last 15 plus years that have been on our team, prayerfully supporting us and fighting for the ministry in the spiritual realm, but also financially supporting us.
Yeah, 100% of our salary, benefits, all that stuff is completely raised by God, which means He is leading other people to give generously towards our ministry. And so we have close to 100 individuals, families, churches, businesses that give on a monthly basis towards our ministry with Athletes in Action, but we're looking to add 25 to 30 new monthly partners to our team that would give anywhere from, we have some people that give $5 a month all the way up to $500 a month, and everywhere in between. And we're looking to add new teammates in the mission with us. What would it look like to live in a world where there's a Christ follower on every team, in every sport, and in every nation, from the youth level all the way up to the professional level? What could God do through something like that? Would you prayerfully consider joining us as we run hard after this mission together?
Thanks.